Welcome to cooking cheap, easy, and tasty meals. Today I'm going to make sausage and lentil soup. Start by turning on my stove to about medium high. Okay, I'm going to add a little olive oil. I usually add more than I should, but I like olive oil. Now I'm going to take Italian sausage, break it into pieces, throw it in to start cooking, and I'm going to break it up further as it cooks. This is an Italian sausage. You could use another sausage if you prefer. Start breaking this up. The process of this, I'm probably going to leave a nice fond of flavor on the bottom of this, which we don't want to waste. We're going to pick that up as we cook everything else. Okay, I'm going to turn the stove off and move this to a bowl. And don't forget, don't leave any juices behind if there are any, because those contain flavor that you're going to want. Now I've cooked the sausage. The next thing I want to do is prepare the vegetables. So I'm going to add 2 ribs of celery, 2 medium carrots, and some onion, and cook them for a little while. So I've taken the pan I used to cook the sausage, add a little oil. I'm going to take advantage of the flavor that's already in here. So I'm going to add the veggies. And we'll clean up the pot with some wine in a few minutes. But right now, all we're going to do is let the veggies cook down a little bit. And we'll go from there to the rest of the recipe. And we'll keep stirring these and make sure that I get up as much as fond as I can that's cooked in the bottom of the pot. I don't want that to burn. It's just flavor of sausage, so we're going to keep working on that. When we add the wine a little later, that'll bring up the rest of it. Okay, now we're going to add the zucchini. Always looking for ways to use zucchinis, because in the summer I always have too many zucchinis and nothing I can figure out to make that I really like. I make enough zucchini bread. You can squeeze the zucchini. I've made zucchini spaghetti regularly, but it'd really be nice to have something a little different occasionally. And now we're going to add the garlic. Let it cook for a couple minutes. Now we're going to add a wine. It's about half a cup of wine. You can certainly add more, but I'm just using it for flavor. So I'm going to mix it in here, stir it up, let it cook down a little bit, make sure I get the fond off the bottom in the process. This is going to be a nice warm soup. A lot of flavor on a cold day. Now we're going to add back the sausage. Going to add our chicken stock. You'll notice that I'm using better than bouillon, like I always do, and I didn't get it to completely mix in with it, but it's going to mix in as it cooks. So it's not going to be a problem whether it's all mixed in when you pour it in. I've got some whole tomatoes that I'm going to put in. I'm going to break them up as I put them in. So there's the crushed tomatoes, hand crushed. I don't know if it's important, but it kind of feels good. So crush the tomatoes you're putting in there. Then we're going to put, if you have a rind left over from your last piece of Parmesan, drop it in there. But if you don't, I'm going to sprinkle some Parmesan cheese in it. It'll help thicken it up, plus it'll melt into it and give it a lot of flavor. It'll be a good addition. And finally, we're going to add our lentils, which have been rinsed. And I should have rinsed them later. Anyway, now there we go. These are red lentils. You could use green, brown, whatever color lentil you like. Affects the cooking time more than anything else, so check the package to see how long you cook it. But the flavor is a little different, but not much different between each of the lentils. Now, I'm going to add a little salt, and I'm going to come back and add more salt and pepper at the end. But there's a lot of seasoning in the Italian sausage, so we're going to see what that adds to it before I add a lot of seasoning. Plus, Parmesan cheese has a lot of salt in it. Now we're going to bring this to a boil. Okay, it's come to a boil, so I'm going to turn it down low and let it simmer for about 40 minutes and see how it's doing. The main thing you want to do is check it to make sure when the lentils are cooked. You may have to add a little water if it gets too thick. Stir it occasionally. Okay, it's been about 30 minutes, and I would say this is done. They taste done, they look done. If you're using other kinds of lentils, it may take longer because they don't cook as fast, but red lentils cook the fastest of the lentils. This looks ready. The carrots are softer. Okay, here we have it. Lentil soup or stew. I don't know, whichever one you want it to be. You could thin it up, make it more soupy. I like it a little thicker, but this looks pretty good. Plenty of vegetables, nice flavor from the sausage. I think you'll like it. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and give us a like. Thank you.